Yo, so you've just clicked on this video because you want to take epic screenshots in ASA. And well, the photo mode is the way to do it. A lot of people don't understand it, but I'm just going to go straight deep dive in here and explain it as easily as possible so you can take some epic screenshots. Now first, let me get rid of these clouds because they really do my head in. So, first off, I will say this right now, we'll get in the starts. Do photo mode on single player because you get the freeze frame stuff like that really easily. Also, your graphic settings will affect the shot. Not in just the way it looks, like I have epic textures, like these are the settings I'm on, epic and high. But your effects quality will affect it as well. If you have that low, you will not be able to get the blow, I don't think. I haven't actually tested with that, but I know if these settings are in lower tier area, lower/medium, you might not be able to get your shots. But if your PC can handle a little bit like high, you'll be able to get these shots really easily and do that. So other than that, that's all you need to really know. So, let's just go straight into photo mode, have a gist of everything while my character is standing still. Since you're playing on Steam at the moment, you'll be pressing F to go through your 3 different stages. This will be the stage you want to take your thumbnail on. This is your actual setting stage, which has a few different sections we'll go over quickly. But the camera one is the biggest section, and this is the one that's going to give you that pop, give you the shots, and what you're going to play around with the most. So movement here, so we'll go over that last. Movement. This is literally for moving around your camera and like this, when you do all this. So you can play with the max speed, the turn speed. There's also advanced settings, which is like acceleration, deceleration, turn, deceleration, which is all about how the camera moves and stuff like this. When you're doing photo mode, you might want to adjust it to like make it a little bit lower so you can do smaller increments when changing stuff. But other than that, I just leave that default personally. Now targeting, I don't really play with this when doing photos because it just doesn't allow you to set the camera in the way you want to. It's really good for when you want to do tracking shots for cinematics and all that kind of stuff, which I'm not going over today on how to record amazing cinematics because I'm still learning that, and that's something I will play around, and once I have it locked in my head, I'll make a video on how to make absolutely amazing cinematics and take that level to another thing. Next up is motion control, which yet again is used for doing dolly crams and tracks, so you can literally make it basically follow a path when you're doing filming. If you know what dolly camming is and what all that kind of stuff is when it comes to film production, you'll understand that. Right now, you don't need this for the taking photos. Here comes the miscellaneous thing. This thing is quite good. The save as a painting function is actually so you can put it on a canvas in-game or a wood sign and stuff like that, so you can save it as that. You've also got your slow motion tool here, which when you're taking photos, you probably want it on 0, but you can actually play around this from up to 2, so you can have up to 2 times speed. That could be good for filming. Weather. Now, the weather section here, you're able to actually adjust the weather in your shot. Normally, if you want the best lighting, you kind of want clear skies, but if you want like a really rainy shot, a fog shot, or a heatwave shot, a cold front, you can play with that and it will automatically change the weather for you. Time of day. This is really good because you can change the time of day in photo mode. No commands, no nothing. So the markers section is news. I think, I haven't really played with it at the moment, but I think it's actually news for if you want to put a marker in-game for someone to move to where you're filming. At the moment, you don't need this for your photos. Right, so let's get to the nitty-gritty, the big boy, the thing that you want to look into. There's multiple settings in here. First off, you have your focal length, which at face value, this lens setting will be at universal zoom, so your focal length, you'll be able to play with this. Now, let me explain focal length in a basic way from someone who does photography. First off, the smaller the number, the wider the angle. So the more you will see in your shot, right? At the same place. And the higher number, the closer up the angle is. The way these affect the actual shot is, you see more in the wider angle, but it also makes everything look more distant, more further away, kind of adds more space. Where a closer shot makes everything more compact, closer together, and what it is. Now, if you don't really want to play with this and actually go, I don't understand focal length, I don't know what it's fine. There's these things with lens settings, which actually has preset focal length. So you got a 12mm, which is a really good wide lens if you want a wide shot. 30mm, which is still wide. 15mm, which is coming closer to portrait. 85mm, which is normally generally in photographic sense as a portrait focal length. This is what you would take. Like, this is what a lot of people would use to take actual photos and stuff like that. But I'd say I would recommend working between, for shots, for thumbnails or things, all depends on what you want to do. But if you're doing thumbnails, these two are probably the best to work around with. These will give you the best shots, the kind of more closer up, kind of in your face poppy shots. These will work the best for you. So, other than this, the depth field step or focus depth step, you do not really need to play with this unless you really understand photographic terms and how these kind of affect your shot. Don't worry. Don't get into that. So that can help you suss out the focal length, right? Now you got your depth of field and focus distance. So a lot of people get this wrong. So focus distance is actually where your camera is focused to, what's going to be in focus. And then your depth of field is how much blurration there is actually done in that shot, right? And so the more you play out, it's how further up until. Okay. So, one thing, understanding focus distance is, it's kind of hard to eyeball it, right? But luckily, there's this thing called show focal plane. This will absolutely change your life for understanding focus. So, now you got this blue plane. It's kind of weird. But now when you scroll your focus distance, you can see that focal plane move, right? And this is where your actual camera is focusing. So, if you want that on your shot, look at that. It's going straight through my chin, right? Straight through the chinny chin chin. And then you can turn that focal plane off, and now you actually can play with the depth of field, knowing that that point is always going to be in focus until you hit 1, right? And you'll never use 1 on the depth of field. You'll always use something lower than that. I would never go higher than probably 0.9 in my personal opinion. Don't need to go higher than that. But you can always play with it and whatnot. So that is generally the basics you need to understand. There's a few other things you can do here. You've got presets. You can actually save your own presets, so you can, if you really want to play around with different things, you can. So these are the camera effects, which is one, you play with your exposure. Pretty self-explanatory. If you understand exposure, the higher you go, the more brighter the image, and you can make it really white. Lower you go, less exposure. Normally, don't play with this. Like, unless you really know what you're doing, don't need to play with that. Leave it. Use the set time of day to get the lighting you want. You want to get the setting and lighting perfect there. Now, a vignette is used to add like kind of like the darker area around the corners here. It's kind of can be used to focus in on a center point, but you really don't need to be using that in these screenshots if you don't want to. Film grain, I never ever use. It kind of just adds some more grit and grain to the shot. Kind of gives this like kind of fuzziness. I never use this. And the chromatic aberration gives that kind of like, you know, the old school 3D effect when you hit the the red and cyan tinted lenses and stuff. This is kind of what that does, if I remember correctly. You don't use it, alright? Now we're going to the background. Now the background, this is really good if you want to do cutouts. Now it still seems a bit funky because if you look along the edges here, you can kind of see it gets a bit bobbly. A bit like the pixels aren't working to its favor, but you can use this to do cutouts. So if you want to cut out a bit and place it somewhere else, you can use this background to do it, and it has a lot of cool features where it has background distance. So if you want to see, I can pull it back. So if I wanted to change the sky there, I can do that, right? And I could change this to whatever color I want, black, pink, red, whatever's gonna be easy to cut out, right? And the distance here is depending on how far the actual background is from you. The higher number, the further away around. And this is based on the camera, not on your character. Because if I keep going, I'll end up cutting the character off. And look, now I'm just a floating head. Right? Cool. Normally, you won't be wanting to use that. But that's all you need to really understand this. So now let's go take an epic shot. And I'm going to go set that up right now by leaving the photo mode. With the help of commands, I'm going to put myself into God mode. Because we can do a couple of different shots. First, we could do a character shot if you wanted to. So you can do one while you're sprinting. Whatever. I would recommend one, you can put yourself in God mode if you want a creature chasing you. Just spawn it in. Right? You don't need to go find it. You can go cheat, summon. Let's go raptor. And boom, there's a raptor now. And he's probably going to chase me. Right? But it's going to be hard to get a shot while you're just being chased by him. But look, now I've got this raptor right on my hind tail. Look at that. And with my settings, that can be pretty good. I might change to a 50mm to get a bit of a wider shot. Come in a bit closer. And there we raptor. But it was kind of not what the shot I wanted. So if I go toggle photo mode, Now, good command to use would be slow-mo 0.2, right? That slows it down. Now let's try and dodge and weave this fool. See if I can get myself into, like, turn around them. Like, absolutely dodge him. Use K-mode to adjust where he is. We'll see if we can get, like, a really cool little running shot, right? Little action shot. As this raptor's trying to absolutely destroy me. Right, it's not the best, but if I go F mode here, and now I have this absolute menacing raptor behind me, right? So first off, let's grab focus distance, see where this is. Make sure it's a little bit in plane. Kind of want the raptor in focus. Now we go depth of field, and we're just going to up this up a bit, right? Turn the focal plane off. I don't like the lighting, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to time of day. I'm just going to change the lighting a little bit. There we go. And voila. Pretty simple thumbnail. Now if I press space or C, you go up and down. But look, I can get even more dynamic with this thumbnail. Now I've got me running through the ocean, the water, and getting that splash off as well. And you can literally just play with this as much as you want to get epic shots, right? So, let's say you want to take a shot with just a creature, right? A good command to learn to do this is called SDF ride. And then you want to type what creature you want. So let's say we want to be... Ooh, let's say... What's a cool creature? Let's go aloe, right? Let's do an aloe. We'll just spawn in whatever level. Boom. And now I'm acting as an aloe. Look at that. Cool. We've got an aloe shot right here. Right? So what we're going to do is let's do a little aloe shot running through the thing. Yeah. Put slow-mo back on. I don't like that shot. Let's just try and get a really cool... There we go. Let's get like a nice curvature. Move the aloe into a way that I like. Look at that. Now he's looking very sinister. Okay, let's drop the shot down a bit. And just play with where you want him to be sitting, right? So if we kind of go... I'm looking at this right now. Let's go actually from a 50. I want to go for an 85. Right, I'm going to back up a bit. Get a more of a grumpy aloe kind of look. So we're going to go ahead, put the focal plane on. Change the focus distance so I can actually have him in focus. Kind of want it lined up with his eyes. Like, eyes are normally where you want your focal plane to be. Turn that off. Depth of field. Crank that up a bit. And look at that. Alright. And you can just play with it. Like, I could actually go more of a... Oh, I'm stuck by a rock. That's nice. Kinda, let's go like more of a... Ooh. Kind of evil looking shot. Maybe like that. That actually looks really good. And see, that's all you need to do to really take some really epic screenshots. Is just play with the places where you're placing stuff. Play with that. Play with these settings. But that's the easiest way to do things, right? Now, once you're ready to take your actual screenshot, you can't really do it in-game at the moment. So normally you'd go to this mode here. And if you're on the video, you want to use Alt F1 to use the screenshot capture there. It is a little bit finicky if you have two monitors. Sometimes it will take a screenshot of your second monitor. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. But if you have a Windows 10 or Windows 11 system, you can use Windows Alt Print Screen, and that will take a capture of the game. And if you want to find it, you can press Windows G, and it'll come up with like this whole overlay of your stuff. You just need to make sure you're able those captures, and you'll have a folder with those captures in it. So, other than that, hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more ASA content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 100k. Let's do it, baby. Make sure to like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.